All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Start off by giving all praise to Yahweh. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well, push the right vibration. All right, peace and salutations to the elect, the 12 tribes scattered abroad. All right, we on our way home, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has made it known that we're in Jacob's trouble is on his way, man. All right, so we have the Mississippi brothers out here, man. We got the elders over there, some of the LA brothers over there, the elders of that camp. So, hey, man, through the Spirit, we split the camp, and we're going to go into the hot topic of the day. You know,
that's right.
The moonshine of the month, all right? What's these white doctrines, man? That's an indicator. What's that in where it says in the latter days? You would know it's the last days because men shall depart from the faith and bring in damnable heresies, man. We're living in that time, man. The Lord, we got everything, man. The Amalekites are on fire. All right, the regular Edomites are on fire. 2/3 of our people are at their very worst. All right, Israel is waking up. Of course, everything is happening according to prophecy. The Lord is setting everything in its place. Everybody's being put in their perspective lots, either for destruction or deliverance. All right, and you got agents over there at the other camp. Esau done set up a damn rapper. Now nobody complains about that. Now when we out here preaching, they say we bring too much noise and confusion, but a nigga can just rap and nobody has a damn thing to say, man. Rapping about nothing, man. You got a karaoke machine. So Satan is revving up, man. These demons are about to come at the men of the Lord, man. So we have to be prepared. Because it's going to take faith in a mentally strong brother to get through what's coming to Babylon the Great, which is America. Okay, it's not the Vatican. We're not oppressed over in the Vatican, man. Okay, we're oppressed mainly over here in America and scattered throughout all of the four corners of the earth, man. All right, go ahead.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
In the latter times, some shall depart from the faith, man. And we're seeing it. You've seen brothers who brought out the most precepts, who you looked at and said, damn, this got to be a man of the Lord. You're seeing them folding, all right, to the temptation that comes with being a man of the Lord, man. Whether it be their ego, whether they just burn out, all right, or whether the Lord finds them out to be a nigga, people will depart from the faith. And you got other niggas leaving the church and then using the whole platform that they learned from the apostles and teaching madness, man. Same thing Peter dealt with, same thing Jude dealt with, same thing all of our forefathers dealt with. How much more us, man? Okay, go ahead.
Giving heed to seducing spirits.
That's all it is. It's a spiritual war, man. Like the scriptures say in Matthew, all right, when the unclean spirit leaveth the man, it goeth throughout the earth seeking whom he may devour. And if I'm putting two together, but that's what Satan does. When he's roaming the earth, he's seeking whom he can devour. But he comes back to his house which he left, and if you ain't worked on it, if you ain't prayed to the Heavenly Father to get the demon off of you, he comes back with 7 more demons, and they run in the train on your dumb ass, man.
Yep.
And now your first state, your last state is worse than it was at the first, man. And this is what's happening to these guys. They're getting taken over by demons. This is the spiritual warfare. Every day you wake up, Satan is trying to take you off of your watch, man. That's his job, okay? And he does that through these spirits that enter into your mind, man. But Jake is being overcome by those spirits, man. Go ahead.
Giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
And doctrines of devils, man. And that's what's happening. What if you want to? Doctrines of devils, and that's what's happening. The new doctrine, all right, this year has been the remix. I mean, they put out CDs, they've been on tour. The stomach is where the spirit lies, okay? There are no missiles, okay? And amongst other madness, man. And now Babylon the Great is not America. Oh, the so-called white man's gonna be around forever, the biblical Edomite. So really, they're trying to save this devil, man. Yeah. So you mean to tell me America ain't gonna be blown off the map, all right, forever, man? You mean to tell me this place ain't gonna be destroyed? It's gonna be here forever. Yep. Just the Vatican's gonna be destroyed. From generation, we go fly over it from generation to generation. That's where the Vatican was. But America's still gonna be here, man.
That don't make no sense, bro.
That's a horrible breakdown.
And Edomites ain't, all Esau ain't gonna be destroyed, man.
That's a horrible breakdown, man. That's what I'm saying, man. You think I would say the Lord didn't take that beating for that. Come on, man. I would say y'all doctrine is built to stay here, man.
Right.
No, man. No. The Lord said He gonna have to Isaiah 9:5. We gotta be a third world war, man.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, man. There gotta be a whole lot of destruction. When does the destruction come?
It's no missiles.
You know what I'm saying?
So we gotta wait for the volcanoes to go off, man. That's another thing. It's no missiles.
Niggas
That missile doctrine, we got it from Esau, and the Lord is gonna destroy this place with volcanoes, man.
That's what I'm saying. While you still trying to figure out which war we in, Jacob's trouble is coming, man.
Yeah, they playing games.
Yeah, trying to figure out, is it the second war or the third? Just come on, man.
Yeah,
Catch up.
Don't say well, because World War II ain't in the scriptures. Hey, the scriptures speak about how the Bible is a little book, man. So the Lord, it's a summary. The Lord don't tell you everything.
Bridge.
Yes, yeah, because everything ain't in detail, man. You know.
Right.
You know, because it's about faith.
Right.
You know, but also the Lord said He would raise us up prophets in Babylon. Ain't no prophets in the damn Vatican, man. We here.
Right.
You know?
And it said that Babylon will be a wilderness, man. So we gonna get to Isaiah 47 and get these, man. Through the Spirit, we're gonna grind. We don't want to debate you. We're not calling into Avenger Radio. We're not calling your phone. No, the truth is the truth. This is what we believe and this is what we stand for. And you lying. Point blank period. Ain't no debate, man.
That's it.
We try to be brotherly with you niggas, man. We try to take that route. Be cordial. You do your thing, we do our thing. But no, every week you look up, you got to see their whole program is against us, man.
Right.
They don't even do lessons to edify.
Right.
They're on the highways and the byways for a few hours, and then they'll disappear. You don't see all of them brothers just pushing videos out, man.
Hey, this is Revelation 18 and 10.
Right.
And it states, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. If I can make a point. Now, if you think about the demographic of America from New York to California, it's like, what, 3,000 miles, right? From top to bottom is 2,000 miles. So if Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shah can destroy this great demographic place within an hour, that shows his might. Now the Vatican only sits on what? It has a population of 451 people, and it sits on 109 acres.
Come on.
So what's the might in that being destroyed in 1 hour?
Right.
Hell, we can get a coup such as us and take over fucking Vatican in 30 minutes.
Right.
They don't even have a military. And that's the thing, like the Vatican is guarded by the Swiss military, man.
Right.
Who the fuck is that? When you go into the book of Daniel chapter 7, it tells you that this horn's look was more stout than his fellows.
Right.
And when you go into the Hebrew word for stout, it means rob.
Right.
All right?
Right.
Rob. Now, when you go into that, it means great.
Right.
And if you go into the noun of rob, it means captain.
There you go.
So obviously, this look was better than the rest of them.
Right.
If Floyd Mayweather comes here right now,
Right.
and they could say that, they'll say, hey, Floyd Mayweather's look is more stout than the rest of these guys.
Right.
Why?
Makes
Because
sense.
he has the money, he has the power.
Right.
So for America to be feeding the earth $2.21 trillion in imports, all
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
this look has to be way more stout than the rest of the earth.
Yeah.
The rest of the earth is surviving
Right.
off of America right now.
Right. Like you did that video. The
Yeah,
Vatican
yeah.
only brings in millions. If a pimp, now you got a pimp, and you got a woman, a chick who bring in $200 a night, and then the one who loses, who brings you in 10,000 a night dies. Which one is he gonna be more distraught over, man? And the one who bringing them the more money, man. It said the nation's gonna cast dust on their head. That's ancient for them being in mourning. They ain't gonna be tripping off the Vatican if that was destroyed. They're gonna be tripping off of this because these dumbass Kool-Aid and Diet Coke drinking Americans buy every little piece of plastic they create. These little spinner toys. Americans just walking around, you know?
Right. Hey, brother,
Buy any goddamn.
the Chinese alone import $502 billion worth here.
Yeah.
All the time, and America buys it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just one.
Right.
That's just one nation.
The American flag is made in China. That's insane, bro.
That's
Proud ass America.
right.
Gotta get their flag made in China. And it say made in China on the flag.
Right.
It's the joke.
It say made in China on the flag.
And like going back to that pimp analogy, the woman at the whore that made $10,000, she would be considered the great whore.
Yeah.
Like in
That's
Revelation,
right.
it's called the great whore.
Right.
The $200 whore is not the great whore. It's not the Vatican.
Right.
That's right.
You got something?
That's right.
Isaiah 24:20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
Right.
Now, going back to the taking of the Vatican, that's not going to cause the earth to reel to and fro like a drunkard, man.
Con.
You know?
Right.
Ooh, man. Galatians chapter 18, starting at verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her from Babylon.
And Jake likes to go into city state and this look, man, we gonna deal with what the prophecies say, man. Prophecies clearly tell you that this is Babylon the Great. Right. Ain't no Jake captive over there. So what's gonna happen before the destruction? We all gotta go to the Vatican and be enslaved, man.
Right.
By the Pope, that stupid hat, he ruling over you and shit, man.
In the 8th woe.
Yeah. In the 8th woe, right.
So I assume that the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom was both oppressed in the Vatican together.
It don't make sense, man. But you really believe in your mind that you own something, man. Like we're gonna call into a radio show and debate you about this, man. No, we're just gonna tell you what it is.
And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Right.
Standing afar off for the fear of
But
her
America's still, at this time, America's still going. The Vatican's destroyed, but America's still going. They in disarray, you know, the chair, but America's still here, man.
standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Right.
And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her,
Right.
for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Right.
Come on, bro.
Moab and them, they can make anything and sell a big hat with glitter on it. Jake, people, these Americans are buyers. You know, these people are consumers. America used to be export, but now it's all import, man. All right. Somebody else got something? Go ahead.
And this is Isaiah 13:19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans, excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
This place is worthy of that. Okay? Go ahead.
Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there.
Now, where's the Arabian over there in the Vatican making money?
Right.
They're over here setting up goat curry stands. They got these stores over here in you Jake's neighborhoods, making all sorts of money off of you. Yeah.
7-Eleven.
That's what it means. The Arabs are over here making money off of you Jakes, man. All in your neighborhood, as the church said. Yeah, and get a grant to do it. You know, here it is, you Jakes. You can't open up a damn thing, man. But a stupid Elamite's over here, he's a doctor. He runs this, he runs that. Ham, run this, run that. Don't know left from right, man. But they come over here and they get grants. But you Jakes, you open up a chicken shack and two weeks later it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Like Apostle Tahar said, you open a funeral home, nobody dies. All right?
Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
Right.
But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there.
Right.
And their houses shall be full of doleful creatures.
Right.
And owls shall dwell there. Satyrs shall dance
They're
there.
just gonna be floating around that how many acres?
149.
Yeah, come on, man. I mean, look, man, you could come with all of these technicalities. This makes sense, man.
That's one bomb.
That's one, you know?
That's one bomb.
Real quick, because the place
It's
that's
like
gonna be 109. The place that's gonna become a wilderness is also known as the hindermost of the nation. Now you look at a map. Where is America fixated? Other nations are basically, you know?
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 50:12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. All right? Behold, the hindermost of the nation shall be a wilderness. a dry land in the desert. That's talking about this place,
Talking
man.
about America.
That's the Vatican ain't the innermost of the nations, man. This is the land. This is talking about the land of the north, to be specific, man.
So the lake of fire is gonna be 109. It's gonna be on 109 acres. 109
We're gonna be on the
acres.
chariot with new bodies. Look at
That
that.
pond of fire.
It says
But the niggas over here in America just they cool.
The creek of fire.
No missiles, just the volcanoes. Niggas running from lava. Now the volcanoes are gonna go off.
Right.
There's gonna be particular things that aid the fire. All right, like you got the in the water right now. What do you have? Oil. You got this black goo to coat the earth. What do you think the Lord is doing? He's preparing this place to burn forever. This place is gonna burn, man. All right. So yes, the volcanoes are gonna be a part of it, but the missiles are in the Bible, man. We didn't get that from an Edomite. Esau just saw the Bible and seen that it was true. Yeah.
What's his name? Was it Robert Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
Now am I become death, the destroyer of worlds?
Right.
The Manhattan Project.
Let's get Isaiah 47.
Isaiah 47, chapter 1.
Because the argument is that this already happened. And we're just going to prove to you that it didn't already happen. Now, when you read the scriptures, what's that scripture there? Spiritually discerned?
That's 2 Corinthians 2.
Get that, Baba Bashar. When you read the scriptures, you have to understand. First of all, you have to have the answer key, man, embedded in you. You have to know when to read something, because the Bible jumps in and out of prophecy within the book of Isaiah, the book of Jeremiah. So you're reading something, he's using terminology through what he's going through, but spiritually, he's talking to us later on down the line to see it and understand that it's talking about now.
Right.
Okay? It's the same thing. Okay? Go ahead.
This 1 Corinthians 2:14.
Right.
But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High,
Right.
for they are foolishness unto him.
They're foolishness. When you have to be spiritual, the Bible is foolish to you. Like when you say Abba Bivens came back as John the Baptist and Elijah came back as Abba Bivens. That's scoffed upon. When you get spiritual, people hate the Bible. It's Israelites. Baloo, he mocked. How the hell? Where else was he supposed to be? He can't be in Harlem? I thought the Israelites would be oppressed in the latter days, in this captivity, man.
Why would John the Baptist be in Harlem? World War II ain't in the Bible.
Yeah. All of this stuff that's happened on the earth ain't recorded in the scriptures. Come on, man. We should be able to go into the scriptures to prove anything that happened in the earth, or at least give you a roundabout way of how the Bible describes it to happen. Go ahead.
Neither can he know them,
Right.
because they are spiritually discerned.
Things have to be spiritually discerned for you to understand this book. Okay? You can know all of the history, because it's usually those guys who know how to go into history, and you will have your mouth open listening to some of these guys, man.
Right.
You're like, damn, this dude knows, you know. But they aren't spiritually able to discern the book when the Lord takes the oil away from them, man. See, you need that oil, man. Right? Drink water, all right? So your brain cells can start working. You can't just do a breakdown, man. Just make up some shit. No, you have to have the oil, man.
Like you saying, you gotta have the oil.
Right.
That's just like that with spiders and the whale.
Yeah.
They have that oil to where they don't get caught up in the net, but everybody else do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what when King David said, let their table be made a snare. This Bible is like a web, man. And if you don't have that oil, that's what I'm saying. If your oil is taken away from you, you can get caught up. You can get caught in that snare, man. And that's what you're seeing.
And pride is the #1 way for your
right.
oil to be taken away.
That's right.
Yep.
Because who are we? This is a gift, man. The whole, 2.2 billion people believe in Christianity, and only 144,000 are going to know that new song. You see what I'm saying? That's David and Goliath, man.
Yep.
See, the house of David.
All right.
This is Isaiah 47, chapter 1. Come down and sit in the dust,
Right.
O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, man. Now, just a year ago, Jake was breaking this down just like we're about to break it down. What happened between now and then?
They all got taken
That
away.
oil got taken, man. Pride, man.
Yep.
Sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Now, when you go to Zechariah 2:7, deliver thyself that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon, when you read down, it's dealing with deliverance. So the Israelites are going to be delivered into salvation forever and ever and ever from the daughter of Babylon. as well as the other kingdoms that they were scattered among. But the main deliverance that's spoken of is from the land of the north, which is not the Vatican, man. All right?
Sit on the ground. There is no throne.
Right, sit on the ground, and that's what's happening to America, man. Everybody's finding out that this is really a shithole, man.
Right.
Okay, all of your wisdom, it destroys, okay? And the men of the Lord have been beating everything into powder. So what is Esau going to do next? He's just going to fight, man. He's going to fight because all of his lies, they're no longer working. Jake cursing his ass out just like we were doing in the ancient Roman Empire. Okay? So he's sitting in the dust, man, in a place of confusion. Didn't it tell us to rise out of the dust in Isaiah 52? So now Esau is going into the dust. You see what I'm saying? We're leaving the dust, and you're going into the dust. See?
You know what I'm saying? That dust represents the confusion, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We coming out of that confused state, and it's hurting to the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Esau going down to that dust. It's hurting to the world.
Right.
But it don't matter, man.
Right.
The Lord is set out to hurt the earth right now, man.
Right.
And the inhabitants thereof, man. You can't get around it. We can't get around it. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff that we warning y'all about, we gonna be in the middle of it too. You know what I'm saying? It's just about having that hedge of protection, man. And we trying to earn that hedge right now.
Because Esau told his own people that they wasn't Edom, along with the other nations. They told them that they were Chinese, they wasn't Moab.
Right.
Yeah, you African, you ain't Ham. You Japan, you ain't Ammon.
Right.
Just to confuse Jake. So Jake wouldn't have an identifier. Because if Jake knew that this is Moab, this is Ammon, this is Edom, well, we must be the Israelites.
Right.
So now, since that's not there,
Right.
but Jake still somehow, even in the celebrity world, now you got celebrity Jake making videos. Hey, y'all Israelites, you got the chance, and you got us starting with the prophets.
Right.
From starting with a Great Millstone, Apostle Har on down, pushing that vibration up. Now it's like, hey, what did your sorcery do?
Right.
It don't mean a damn thing anymore.
This chapter is going.
Good. It don't mean nothing anymore.
Right.
Jake know they Israelites,
Right.
and your people still confused.
Right.
Your people still don't know they Edom.
Right.
In the dust, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro.
It just makes sense, man. That's what the prophets do. We make sense. So you can jump off the building and read the scripture. You can hit a backflip and bring out a precept. You can make it look good all you want. But the men of the Lord just bring the truth out for what it is. Go ahead.
Sit on the ground.
Right.
There is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Daughter of the Chaldeans.
For
If it's the daughter of Babylon, why would it be talking about the Babylon that was there? He's talking about Isaiah, sitting around talking about America. I thought he was a prophet. Just say before. Pride will bring you low, man.
Yeah.
You want
I was just gonna say, verse 3 is gonna destroy that whole thing. Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, man.
Yep.
Everybody look to this nation and to the people who run it, the Edomites, when you get Psalms 137, it links Esau to Babylon. Oh, daughter of, in Lamentation 4, it calls Esau the daughter of Edom. Daughter of Babylon, daughter of Edom. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, somebody get that. Lamentations 4:21. Go ahead.
Take the millstone and grind meal. Uncover thy locks.
Uncover the locks. The men of the Lord are going to work, man. And we're prophesying, and this man is being exposed through a small group of brothers, man, with faith. This place is being exposed, man. And that spirit has went out through the whole internet. Everybody's doing what we do. Live shows. Putting their music behind their recording. Everybody's doing what the men of the Lord are doing, man. Getting into spiritual things, man. Even the House of Consciousness now want to talk about the Bible, man. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Uncover thy locks. Make bare the legs. Uncover the thigh.
Uncover the thigh. This whore is being exposed, man.
Yep.
Because this bitch was going around the world, and all these nations getting diseases, but she'll walk off, she'll be all pretty, she smells good. But now the skirt is being lifted, and you like, damn. It's got a pimple, a mole, a wart, all right, a herpes sore.
Cellulite, a major weight.
Cellulite, Kool-Aid coming out her kneecap, all sorts of weirdo shit, man.
Shout out Barrett Jordan.
Yeah, taking off her mask, it's really a skeleton. This is a freaky. This place is being found out to be a big Halloween party. This is a big joke, man. It's the scum of the earth, man. Hold up. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
All right. Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts, behold, I am against thee, said Yahweh Ba'Shem Shalom host. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
How is that talking about the Vatican, bro?
Well, I mean, it's happening to the Vatican.
Yeah,
too,
but
because the so-called white man runs it, but that's talking about America, man.
On a grand scale.
Right, on a grand scheme of things. Because at the end of the day, the Vatican is a part of the whole beast. At the end of the day.
Yeah.
So this argument is really just them being childish, man.
Yeah, it's the false prophet. The Roman Catholic Church is a false prophet, and that's just it. You know, but see, it's funny because see, they say that we got the idea of the mistress from Esau.
Right.
But that breakdown of saying that Babylon the Great is Rome or is the Vatican, that's actually one of those New Age doctrines that comes from Esau, man.
I did a video a while back. This dude was on the comment board talking about that. It's basically you're saying that Babylon and the mark of the beast is Christianity. That's basically what
It's
you're
just,
saying.
yeah, right.
That the so-called white man is going to enforce Sunday worship as the mark of the beast. He already did that. The white man's done with Christianity, man. It's done with he got some robot shit planned. He ain't worried about that, man. Christianity has already made everybody drunk, man. And then another thing they say is that the so-called white man created the Catholic Church. That's not true.
That's not true,
He
bro.
didn't create the Catholic Church. That didn't just start right there. That's nothing but those same gods from Samaria, from Assyria, Babylon, Egypt. All of those gods are back. And Esau is just ruling with that same energy, man.
First of all, the so-called white man haven't invented nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
He haven't invented nothing, man.
He's not a creator.
Exactly. That's not what he was put here to do.
He's the destroyer.
Come on, bro. That's you gonna argue that?
Yeah,
Jay created
Yeah.
Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
And they was going on.
Yeah, you can have that, bro. You can have
Holy
that.
Roman Empire.
Yeah. If I gotta argue with you about what the so-called white man created,
Oh man.
Get that annotation.
Lamentation chapter.
Hey, we all over the place, man. Through the spirit. If you're a spiritual man, you'll understand what we're going into, man. A carnal man, God, make it funny. Shut up. Here a little, there a little. You know your ugly ass watching, man. Go ahead.
Lamentation chapter 4, starting at verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz.
Oh, daughter of Edom. See that? The Lord just throw little things in there. And a spiritual man is supposed to come on the earth and read this and discern it and be able to link it together with this and that. This is a big puzzle for a spiritual man. No man can learn that song, save who? The 144,000, man. All right, and we hope to be a part of that number. Okay, go ahead.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Right.
Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
Right. And that's also gonna happen to Babylon. All right. The Lord is gonna reward her double. Go ahead.
Verse 22. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Right.
He will no more carry thee away to captivity.
So the captivity that we will be delivered out of in the latter days will be controlled by Edomites. Right, Psalms 137. And yes, they control the Vatican, all right, but the great city is not the Vatican, which we're going to get into. Go ahead.
He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sin.
Right, daughter of Edom, daughter of Babylon. Okay? We can't get around it. Okay? Now let's go back to Isaiah 47.
Uncover thy locks.
Right.
Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the river.
Pass over the river. Their doctrines are being dried up. Everything. They're losing it. And they're on the ropes. Go ahead.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Ye, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance.
He will take vengeance.
And I will not meet thee as a man.
We can't read over this part and just keep going.
Right.
You have to stop and say, how did ancient Babylon, how was it destroyed? I have it. Daniel, the 5th chapter, and I start at 26. This is the interpretation of the thing. God have numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Thou art weighed in the balances and art found wanting. And thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. So the Lord said this Babylon wouldn't be met. He wouldn't meet him as a man. Because the Lord controls everything. So ultimately, he put the spirit on the Persians and the Medes. Men, all right, to come and take that kingdom over. Now, was there wars? Yes. But it wasn't fire. It wasn't, it still dwelt in. That area there, it wasn't destroyed in 1 hour. It was all sorts of wars and stuff. But guess what? It was done by men. The Lord said here, I will not meet thee as a man. What does that mean? What does that mean? He's going to come as an angelic force, man. Okay, as described all throughout the scriptures. We can get all sorts of scriptures on that, man. How the Lord, he said, as birds flying, will the Lord come and defend Jerusalem, man.
2nd Ezra 13.
Okay? Michael and his army shall fight against the dragon and his army. So it's going to be a war from the heavens. The tribes of the earth are going to mourn before he gathers his elect from the four corners of the earth. They're going to see him coming in the sky, man. So that's how he's going to come back to this Babylon. So this couldn't have already happened.
Right. So that was just like the angels told disciples when the Lord was taken up.
Right.
They said he gonna come back just the way he left.
Right.
How did he leave?
Right.
That haven't happened yet, bro. That's what I'm saying. When he come back, go ahead.
The Vatican has no army.
Right.
They're protected by the Swiss Guard, man. So who the fuck are they? If America wanted to, they could go blow the Vatican to hell and back, man.
Quick.
So how is this Babylon the Great? Nobody's living off of America, man. LeBron and Charles Barkley walking around with more than 30.5 million. Come on, man. Like you got, nobody's living off of them.
Right.
They're not. The import looks sad.
Yeah.
You know, they're not doing anything. Even they export. If you look up, they export sad.
Yeah.
See, America's that one, man.
2.2
America's that one that received our sons.
Right.
America's that one that has the slaves in it. The slaves are not in America with a broom over the
Right.
They're not doing that, man.
The slave ships dropped them off at the Vatican.
Right. You don't even need a ship. And like Revelation 18 got into when the brother got into earlier, it said that they traded afar off by ships, right?
Right.
You don't. If you're on the other side of the earth, you don't need to trade frankincense or anything to the Vatican by ships. You can just ride it over there.
Right.
But you have to, by ship, you have to send it to America.
You have to.
Because frankincense is only native
To
yeah, this brother put me on to the holy green, the royal green frankincense.
Oh, man.
From what's called Hahari green, holy frankincense. So yeah, that's only native.
Oman. It's from Oman, specifically Oman over there by Saudi Arabia,
Exactly.
Somalia, you know. But America has to get that stuff from over there.
Exactly.
You know?
We can buy it here.
Yeah.
They have to import it.
They have to import
Even
it.
when you buy it, it say you gotta
get it imported.
all the way from what's it, Oman?
Oman and different places over there.
Hey, let me say that. Hey, and if you're spiritual, just by frankincense alone, it proves that one thing. If you have nothing else, and all you had was explain frankincense of being one of the things that they couldn't get no more, okay, by trade. That tells it all. If you're spiritual, you pay attention. It tells it all. You can't get around it.
America's big on shipping and handling too.
Right.
Shipping.
Oh yeah.
You know.
$20 shipping.
If I could just say this, why do you have, if you watch television, every time, what do you see on television? Commercials. They're always selling something. Why are they always selling something on a commercial?
Right.
If you watch YouTube, they interrupt your YouTube thing and it's a commercial. Why are they? Because this is their country. It has everything imported in it to sell to you consumers, man. That's that great city. That's why all the nations are gonna be upset when Americans get destroyed because they can't make money out this thing no more, man.
And that was the purpose of the television being created for advertising. And distractions. You know, you have distractions.
But
and
advertising to sell people over to their way. Like the brother just brought out that selleth nature through their order. That word selleth means to buy one over to your way. They're seducing the nations to all of these different idols and all of this different madness through
Westernization.
Westernization. There you go. All right. The Vatican, although it does, it's over the religion so-called religion, the moral.
Right.
America is going throughout the four corners of the earth, actually enforcing these things. Okay, using the NATO and the EU.
Yep.
All right, that's the hammer of the earth. Man.
Yeah, oh, the brothers, man, we're talking about the brothers going in on that topic over there. Revelation 18, when I say, and her was found the blood of the prophets and of the saints and of all that was slain on the earth.
Right.
Of all, so the Vatican ain't doing that.
Hey, matter of fact, let's get Revelation 18. We'll go back to this in a minute. So let's get Revelation 18 and start around that part where it starts talking about what was found in Babylon. You know?
It's like 18 and 20. It's like 24.
Make sense of it all. Go ahead, brother.
All right, Psalm 137 and 8. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. So why did it say in Psalms, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, man?
Right.
So that goes to show you that there's still a Babylon that's going to be in the near future,
Right.
man.
Yep.
It's going to have the same characteristics of the old Babylon.
Yep. Right.
And it just so happens you got a Regent's Bank with a pyramid in the sun.
Yeah.
All right, you got everything that goes back to the worship of Semiramis, Tammuz.
Yeah, it's all here. All those guys
It's
are
all
here.
here.
That's Christmas tree.
You got the tree right here, Nimrod, right here behind me.
Babylon.
Behind the plain sight, like he didn't notice me. So that's the point. He didn't mention me. But the brother got you, man. So that's the daughter. This is the daughter of Babylon who art to be destroyed.
Yeah.
That's
right,
brother
That's
didn't
right.
notice it.
Yeah.
They didn't know
back here, you know.
Yeah, and that goes specifically back to Babylon.
Yep.
To the Christmas tree, and that's their main holiday.
Yeah.
Everybody's all warm and cuddly. You know, hey Denise. You know.
Yeah, and it's actual demons because you notice around this time of the year, people trying to it'd be a crazy wicked ass person, but they'll all of a sudden try to act more nice.
Yeah, they change.
You know what I'm saying?
They change.
Because they
The
get that
thugs,
demon on.
hey, when you was growing up in the hood, the thugs would be nice. You know, had that Santa Claus hat on, walking up the street, sagging. It's a folly day, man. But it comes directly according to the scriptures. What did Jeremiah? What captivity did he prophesy in? The Babylonian captivity. That's why you read that in Jeremiah 10. All right, and they say Isaiah because where did he prophesy? The Assyrian captivity. They say that he couldn't have been talking about America. He was talking about this Babylon to come because Judah didn't go into slavery yet. Well, so what?
Okay.
Yes, but Isaiah and Jeremiah was telling me, your ass is you too, nigga.
They said the same thing about Jeremiah. They said Jeremiah couldn't have been talking about Babylon.
Right.
How
about
not? America.
How not? When he said it's going to be destroyed off the face of the earth forever, no man shall dwell therein. What the hell is he talking about?
And what is the second death?
Yeah.
Because a part of America being destroyed, which is Babylon, is the second death. Man.
Right.
And then the brother just read in Daniel the 5th chapter how that Babylon, the ancient Babylon, when it was destroyed, only the power was transferred to the Median and Persian Empire, man. I mean, shit is common sense with the spirit, man.
The earth been real to and fro like a drunkard when it happened back then.
Right. It did not.
It wasn't a great wilderness when it happened back then, man.
The Vatican just going to get blown up.
Didn't no volcanoes go off.
Right.
Didn't no volcanoes go off.
Well, he'll come with a document. Actually did.
Pompeii.
Didn't Jeremiah teach Baruch?
Yeah.
He taught Baruch, right?
Yeah.
So when you go into the book of Baruch, Lord will the Spirit to bring it out. But when you go into the book of Baruch, it tells you miserable is she that received thy son. And then it goes on to say she shall be burned with fire. That didn't happen to the original Babylon.
Right.
So how you gonna say that about Jeremiah when Jeremiah taught Baruch? Baruch clearly talking about the daughter of Babylon. It's calling her she.
Yeah. He said we're gonna remember ourselves.
Right.
We knew we were Israelites
In the land
at that time.
Yeah.
So Baruch and Jeremiah wasn't on the same accord. One of them was just tripping.
That was the other Baruch.
You know.
I found another Baruch.
Baruch.
I found another
The son of Neor.
I found another Baruch in my nana's attic.
Yeah.
It was talking about him.
Yeah.
No, man.
You need to probably believe in reptilians, man.
Oh, man, you know
They
believe
into
the
some
earth is
shit,
flat.
man.
You know?
Hold on up.
Yeah.
The earth ain't no beach ball.
That's what he said.
No, so all the other planets round though.
Yeah. But the
The
earth
sun,
is
the
flat.
moon is
Yep, sun, moon.
All the other planets round. I guess it's like the little daycare thing. You got the triangle, then you got the rectangle, the sphere.
Hey, this is Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations.
Now, when you read Nahum, he's talking about that empire, but spiritually, he's talking about this empire.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You just have to know how to discern it spiritually, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because when you read the history of the Assyrian Empire, at that time Nahum was prophesying, they were cross-dressing, they were being faggots, the men were effeminate. Where is that happening now?
Right.
Didn't it say that they who were ready to perish in Assyria and in the land of Egypt shall come out and be delivered? This is the new Assyria, man. So even if certain things are talking about ancient Babylon, we still, through the Spirit and men of the Lord, are able to say, now this applies to this Babylon.
Right, man.
Goodness gracious.
And that's the whole point. That's the whole point of having the understanding of the scriptures, is to be able to tell the people what's coming. Okay, if it was talking about Babylon back then, okay, how does that correlate to today?
Right.
That's the whole point.
That's
That's
the new Pharaoh.
Exactly, Romans 9, you know what I'm saying? And then Romans 15 and 4, it said the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. Okay, but when you learn these things, what are you going to do with them?
Right.
You know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That go into not hiding your talent into a napkin. You know what I'm saying? That goes into earning your penny, man. You know what I'm saying? The harvest, I would say the laborers are few, man. The laborers are few, man. It's the men of the Lord is pushing what Yahweh Shem Yahweh want to be pushed right now, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Just coming up with some out of so what? Even if you do come up with other breakdowns, how is that gonna get the election delivered? What about that? You know what I'm saying?
How are you an Israelite and you want Esau's to be around forever, and this place ain't gonna be destroyed off the face of the earth?
Yeah.
But you found out you're an Israelite.
You were part of the problem.
At the very end, when everything's clear, now America ain't Babylon. And I got to call into a radio show to argue about you with it.
Nah,
no, man.
Nah, hell no.
Hell no, man.
Nah, call yourself.
I'd rather download Instagram and look at all my exes, man. All right?
That's counterproductive anyway, because if you go into our history, even starting with the first king, King Saul, the Most High, been having us trying to destroy Esau off the map from the beginning.
They didn't do it.
King Saul did. It was all meant through the Spirit for us to be here today in Babylon, by the way.
Yeah.
But even he told King Saul wipe all the Edom out. King Saul didn't do it. So what did King David start doing when he became king? He took out the Hamites and stuff. But then what they do, him and Joab, so they were tired, taking out all the males in Edom. But you had some males that escaped.
Yeah.
That's where
So
Haman and them eventually.
our whole history has been, all right, once we get on top, it's time to take Edom out. So it makes sense in the kingdom of heaven.
We're going to finish the job.
Right.
Simple as that. Finish
It's
the job,
simple
man.
as that, man. Why in the hell you want to be an Israelite and have to worry about Esau forever? He's created to be adverse. See, the other nations have a form of subjection. Even when you read about them, and they eventually, at some point, they acknowledge the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Esau ain't going to do that, man. And we're going to have to constantly, didn't the Lord say he would be at war from generation to generation? There ain't going to be no more war in the kingdom, man. But by default, eventually, he's going to have to go, man.
Y'all better stop listening to Element, man. He feeding y'all get them goddamn breakdowns, then you call him up and get that shit approved by him, man. that shit's over with, man. Like that guy's out his goddamn mind. And that's why y'all out there on the highways teaching the way that y'all teach. Because you're not teaching in sincerity and in truth. You're teaching in strife. You're teaching in envy. You're teaching in bitterness, man. You're mad because, hey, brothers done said whatever about you, or you're mad because you're not with us anymore, or whatever the case may be. And that's your motivation. You come out there specifically to try to debunk whatever we say.
Videos going into what's going on. I mean, they go out on the highways and you hear them talking here, but they don't sit down and just do lessons to edify. They sit down and do lessons to come up against something we said, because they watching this right now. And their next series of videos is going to be based on this video. And he going to be screaming, walking back and forth, you know, acting like Tim Dog, you know, tripping. Tim Dog, Nino Brown, I don't know who the hell that guy is.
Taking it out of context.
Yeah.
Point at the camera.
Call in to Avenger Ref. So he can get my number, play on my damn phone all night again? Yeah, I'm not falling for that trap, man.
Yeah, conscious.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna finish it out. It states mistress of witchcrafts that selling nations through her whoredom, and families through her witchcraft. Now, when you look up the term mistress, it states a woman who has a continuing sexual relationship with a man who is married to someone else. Now, do not America do this with these other countries and stuff like that?
They have their way,
right?
And they open up just like a whore would do. They open up to their
A woman in a position of authority, control, or ownership as the head of a household. The Vatican is not in this position, man. Okay, now when you actually go into the last part of mistress, is actually going into master. So basically Babylon, which is America now, has actually mastered these whole concepts of philosophies, man, rolled it up as one, and has been became that modified daughter of Babylon. Yeah, it's a conglomerate, man.
And proof Babylon.
Pantheon.
And proof America's that whore of Babylon, right? They're dealing with everybody. See, America just don't like us. If those are your enemies, you're not gonna hang with them. You're gonna just hang with your friends, right? America don't just accept imports from the allies, just from the EU. No, they getting them from China. China's supposed to be an enemy. Russia's supposed to be an enemy. All these different enemies that they have that's not of the allies, they're taking imports straight from them, man.
Yeah.
Why? America don't give a damn. America, they're whore.
Yeah.
And if you want anything, you got to go through America, man. And if America starts some shit, it get passed everywhere else. Like transgenders, LGBT. It ain't the Vatican pushing all this shit, man. It starts with America.
If I could say, so like, I didn't mean to cut you off, Elder. I was gonna say, because how do all the ships move from place to place? Oil. You need oil. Yeah. And then what is America's top currency? You know, it's the
one
dollar.
Of the major ways of fornication, that dollar.
Right.
That's also how these nations commit fornication.
Right.
Through that petrodollar, man. Yeah. Because that opens it up to all types of stuff. Agreements, these agreements, these leaders of these other countries are making with the whore. Yeah. All right. So that dollar is one of the major ways that the nations commit fornication.
Yeah.
They need oil.
Yeah.
And what is the oil mainly traded in?
Dollar. To make a TV, you need oil to make a TV. You need oil to bring a damn coffee bean over here, man.
Yeah, and it's crazy because said witchcraft. The American dollar is witchcraft, man. I mean, basically, you look at it, it's a talisman, and then ultimate witchcraft. Basically, it's an illusion. Yeah. Because it ain't even real money, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's basically the people's faith in it, man.
Right.
Yep. You know. Yep. Believing in something that ain't real.
Yeah, you guys are carnal. Even your breakdown is not spiritual.
Right.
See, where does America money come from? The Federal Reserve ain't in America, niggas. You're taking it out of context. Like, he's going all crazy and shit. Yeah. Like, no, that still don't stop the fact that, hey, you got to go through America, man.
Point blank, period.
The Rothschilds and all that, they not the whole entire country. All right, this little horn, that's not the Vatican, that little horn. The Vatican.
Yeah, we're going to get that too, that little horn.
All right, that
don't make no sense.
That little horn, being the Vatican, they don't make any sense. The Vatican, along with the Pope, has its place in the scriptures.
Right.
And that's the false prophet.
Right.
But America, and all the imports, and all the wickedness, and all the look being more stout than its fellows, that little horn, that's all America. Because America had, that's why the Edomite in America walks around so proud. Unlike the other nations. The people in the UK ain't as proud as American Edomite. Right. That's why the American Edomite is like, you goddamn un-American bastards. Yeah. Walk around this great country. And you got goddamn nerve to kneel at my goddamn flag. And he looks at us watching the videos. You goddamn terrorist sons of bitches.
Yeah.
You temple worshiping bastards.
That's right.
Hey, that's how he looks at us.
Yeah. The veterans are treated like shit. I just passed by one today. I was like, damn. But then when somebody don't kneel for him, that's a problem. But this nigga got half a leg and can't get 100% disability. You give him 50% because he got 50% legs. The white man's the devil, man.
A man of war that suffered poverty.
A man of war that suffered poverty. And you treat your veterans like pure shit, but you want to make a stir about somebody not taking a knee for them, man. You people are diluted, man. Let's get that in Revelation 18.
Right. All right, brother. Revelation chapter 18, verse 7. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously.
Right.
So much torment and sorrow give her.
Right. Why would this just be to the Vatican?
You know?
What's gonna happen to America? What's that part? They just okay, America ain't Babylon. What's gonna happen to this place, man? It's gonna be what? The kingdom of heaven. We go clean it up and rule here.
What the prophet said in the Vatican? I need to know because the prophet's supposed to be prophesying against great kingdoms. None of the prophets.
But 10 bats and some smoke and a bunch of ghosts. The Slimer from Ghostbusters gonna be floating around the Vatican, man.
But even these niggas, y'all niggas supposed to be prophets, right? And you in the middle of America, prophesying, by the way.
Right.
And if you go through the history of your videos, you're not prophesying against the Vatican, are you?
Right. Not once.
Not once.
You're not there.
Right. They talking about America not Babylon and the Vatican Babylon, but you in the middle of America prophesying against America while at the same time saying Babylon is the Vatican. That shit is you bugged out.
It don't make sense, bro.
That's why the Lord said, talk not much with the foolish. Read it real quick. Sirach 22, verse 13. Talk not much with a fool, and go not to him that have no understanding. Beware of him, lest thou have trouble, and thou shalt never be defiled with his fooleries.
That's why we not, because if we have a debate, this is going to be an argument.
Right.
He going to start bringing up all the T-God, and look, man, I'm going to get mad, he going to get mad.
He going to want to fight.
He's stupid. He going to want to fight.
Yeah, he's carnal, man. That's right, you carnal.
Yeah, just draw it out of you, bro.
Yeah.
It says, depart from him, and thou shalt find rest, and never be disquieted with madness. That's why you can't. That's why they ain't going that far.
Like you said a second ago, man, I'm not gonna call into a vision radio so y'all can play on my phone some more.
Yeah, you be mad.
He said, well, call my phone, brother. No.
What the hell?
I'm calling you, hey, man, you ready to debate? I'm cooking. I'll be around. Call me in 20 minutes. You have a debate.
I said, I might want to talk to you, man.
I'm almost ready.
Go ahead, brother.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 7. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously.
And that's not America? Good. Gee whiz.
Is it the Vatican? Just
Living off of all of that free labor. Go ahead.
So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
America, bro.
America's the elephant in the room, clearly, that you're ignoring. Like, you know, it's not America. I forgot her name, but you uploaded her video. It's the Edomite chick. She did a video about the materialistic world, man. She was like, we take every fucking thing for granted here in America. She kept talking about America, you know what I'm talking about? And it just so happened to be Black Friday, right? Isn't today Black Friday? This is the most materialistic day in the world where people are fighting to spend money. You fight to spend money on dumbass shit and bigger dumbass shit than the stuff you already have, while the rest of the world is starving. But America's not Babylon in the scriptures, it's the Vatican, man.
And you know what?
According to you.
They're going straight to what that scripture said. The leaders of America, these Edomites, they tell you there should never be war on American soil. So what the fuck does that tell you? That goes right along with the scripture. Like, I am a queen, should never be a widow. There should never be war on American soil. Damn, like, if that ain't proud, you go bomb everybody else. But in this great nation, U.S. of A, there ain't gonna be no war here. Ain't nothing gonna happen here.
Right now, you said the Vatican doesn't have an army. Now, this is Habakkuk, and he's using terminology of the empire that he was in, the Babylonian Empire. But who's he talking about? All right. This is Habakkuk 1, because Habakkuk's question was, what are you going to end all of this? How is the judgment for all of this wickedness going to happen? And he's telling them, through this nation I'm going to rise up in the latter days. But he's using the terminology, what was the elite of the
Chaldeans.
The Chaldeans. Who are the Chaldeans today? You have to be spiritual. Being spiritual cuts out the strife. You know? Habakkuk 1:7. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses are swifter than the leopards. That's just their army. And they are more fierce than the evening wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far, and they shall fly as the eagle that hasted to eat. And they shall come off for violence. Okay? We'll jump to 10. And they shall scoff at the king. Now, who sends economic hitmen all over the planet Earth to get these different leaders to sell out?
Military coups. Military coups. You know? Yep.
Not the Vatican.
And they said how the horses spread. I mean, all day, man.
Yeah.
America got all these different military bases everywhere.
Show you that in the commercial where they say in the Navy with all the little red dots. They in pretty much every country.
Yeah, they have embassies, which an embassy is ambassador, someone who speaks on your behalf. In the middle of your kitchen, there's another embassy for another man. What he feels should go on in your kitchen, It's a little hub. You gotta, okay, this is what he thinks we should cook today. That's what Esau is doing all around the planet Earth, man.
Right.
You don't have Vatican embassies everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. You got U.S. embassies in France and all that.
I said back in the day they called them garrisons. You know what I'm saying? An embassy is like a garrison. You know what I'm saying? You setting up control in another land that you conquer.
David did that.
That you conquer. You have to conquer a land before you can put a garrison or an embassy there.
Right. Even us. Just because we from America, if we go to another country, America will make an example out of another country if they fuck with us. Just because of the fact they say, hey, you America.
Yeah.
You can go to their goddamn embassy and they can't touch you. They can't do nothing, man. They're like, hey, you better stay back. We gonna gun you down. This America.
Yeah.
And that's the way they do it. Even if you watch the movie Jason Bourne, he went and pulled all that shit in another country and ran straight into the embassy, man. And they're like, hell no. They told France, they're like, you better back. They whipped the guns out on him, man. They're like, this man a criminal. They're like, hey, he in America. He in America.
Diplomatic immunity.
Yep. And what did Paul do? When Israel was trying to get Paul and kill him, and they brought him to the judgment seat in front of the judge, he said, y'all can't do nothing about me. I'm a Roman.
Yeah.
This is the same thing with America. You can't do shit. I'm in America.
I'm the Vatican, brother.
You can't. I'm with the Vatican. Like, no.
And you know they knew what they had Paul for. You know they knew Paul. I would say Paul got locked up for preaching.
Yeah.
He said, I'm a Roman, though. You know what I'm saying?
You can't do nothing.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But see, you being carnal because the Vatican is in Rome.
Yeah.
Now, America's the new Rome and the new Babylon, the new Egypt, Edom, Idumea, Isaiah 34. Hey, man, you lost it, man. And you like Elder Pastor Dubois said, you're just gonna keep going down, man. You know, you got it, bro.
Habakkuk chapter 2, starting verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied.
If I could just make a point, and what is the Vatican, the Pope is trying to do? He's trying to push the agenda of the New World Order.
Right.
That's what so this man is not in the fucking power seat, man.
And it said he needed to keep it at home.
That's
The Vatican, the folks at the Vatican stay at that motherfucker.
The little boys.
They don't go nowhere.
Hey, they built a McDonald's over there. Like, what do you think's happening in that McDonald's, man? They crushing up children, man.
Yeah, they don't go anywhere, man. They just stay in the Vatican. The only one that really leave the Vatican, and that's rarely, the Pope will leave the Vatican every now and again. But America, they got an embassy everywhere.
Right.
They got, hey, you going every goddamn where when it comes to America. America at war with like 3, 4, 5 different people at the same time.
They've been in existence about 290 some years. Out of that, they've been at war about 270 some years.
Yeah.
He brought up the scripture. You brought up the scripture. This is scoffing kings.
Right.
How can you scoff at a king with no military? How can you overthrow their government by way of a military coup if you don't have a military? So that can't be the Vatican.
And if you want to stay in the process of reincarnation, just like the prophets the 2/3, and everybody else come back in the form of reincarnation, so does the kingdom.
So it's the kingdom.
Oh, yeah, I had that scripture too after you got done.
Starting from the top. Habakkuk 2, chapter 2, verse 5. Yeah, also, because he transgressed by one, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as deaf.
And Esau pushed this agenda through America, man, not through the fucking Vatican, man.
And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
That's
You don't see that in the
Babylon, right?
Vatican.
That's
All
Babylon, right?
nations are in America. And see, we never said that only Israel are going to get delivered from America, man.
We never said that.
Nope.
Yeah. Right. Well, somebody get Jeremiah 16, where it says the land of, it specifically says the land of the north. 23, go ahead.
Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb
So
against
everybody's taking up a parable against the Vatican.
him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself
With thick
clay. Shall not
And that's talking about how America's economy is in debt, man.
Right.
Not the Vatican.
Not the
man.
Vatican, bro.
shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake
And that
that
goes
shall
into the
vex thee.
Salaki, bro. That goes into the scripture. Woe to those, woe to you that did treacherous.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Because America has helped everybody now. America's gonna get helped in the end of the process, man.
Yep. The men of that confederacy brought thee even to the border.
Right.
The men that were at peace with thee
Those
have
10
received thee.
kings turning on the whole.
Yeah. What it is, man, y'all don't want to leave. That's all it is, you know.
Con.
You making money, Chase making money. You know, y'all smoking. You know, y'all in the world, man. And basically, it's just a facade. And the word facade goes in the face, man. You just want to be seen. All right, that's all it is, man. And you basically putting up these cartoon pictures of yourself, just like Avenger did, man. You know, got the chariot over you, like y'all been delivered already, man.
That's because they in cahoots with Avenger. That's why they got the plug on the cartoon pictures from Avenger, and they all into it together. That's why they like, why y'all won't call Avenger Radio and debate? Y'all ain't gonna get into the scriptures.
That's why I say we too busy. I would say we was commissioned to prophesy, not debate, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I would say y'all can do all that debating and all that, man. But that's what I'm saying. We got to tell our people that they in danger, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't care about Israel, man.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? We'll sit up here and go in on the 2/3, but that's love, telling them what they need to do to be meat for repentance, man.
And how are you feeding the flock?
That's what I'm saying. They
Because
not.
you do
They
one
not.
video.
That's what I'm saying.
1 week.
Nah,
1
man.
week. Not. I mean, like y'all never
Then
in the
scoff at
spirit.
us, we say we in slavery.
Right.
Because the apostle said do 3 videos. Yeah.
But then Chase had the nerve to say that we don't talk out of turn because they believe in order. Quote unquote.
But they don't believe in order. I thought it was no order.
Right.
Hold on, wait. So it's a bad thing to do the will of the Lord and go stronger
Yeah, we in
by doing
slavery
the will of the Lord,
for the scripture.
showing that love. That's a bad thing. That show you how real the strong delusions that the scriptures talk about is.
That's why they drew that cartoon of themselves with their chariot above him, because that's the only way they're gonna get saved from a fictional standpoint.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see that the thing is, the orders. There are problems when they're not coming from you.
Right.
That's what it is. So you want to be the man, and see your thing is that's why you basically talking against the top man in GMS, which is our apostle, man, which was your apostle, but you became a renegade.
Hey, brothers, let's just keep going to the scripture.
You right.
The hell with them. They ain't
Right.
working. They ain't working. So, like, you know.
No, you right.
That's what they want.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? They want to carnal back and forth. Let them. Hey, you proud, and the Most High gonna destroy you. And America is Babylon. We here in Babylon. Right.
Yeah.
Let's just get the scriptures on.
Right.
We are. They've already showed. If a guy 1 week, 1 month say I love you, I love the apostles, I die for the apostles, man. And then the next month he said I never learned nothing from him. What is there to talk about? He's not even honest enough to, you know.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
You know?
Then before he said he'd die for him, he called them bitch ass niggas.
Yeah.
So like, you bipolar, man.
Yep.
Habakkuk chapter 2, start back at verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy own soul.
So the Vatican has done this through the product of Christianity, Roman Catholic, what you call it? Catholicism.
Yeah.
No, Esau used America to do this with the gun, military might.
Yep. That's why America feels like it can't be touched, man. Because that's why Esau's so proud.
Right.
You know?
And all Esau is going to be destroyed.
Right.
All Edomites are wicked. But the great city, the Vatican is wicked.
Right.
Okay, but the great city that's going to be destroyed in the Bible, off of the face of the earth, where no man's going to dwell forever, is America.
Right.
Okay, we don't have, okay, yes, they're wicked. The Vatican's very wicked. Yes, it's a part of the whole system. Yes, they have the gold over there. They have gold over there. But the great city where the Israelites will be captive to, you can bring up gold, you can bring up this, you can bring up shit. Where are the Israelites mainly captive to? Get that in Jeremiah 16, Bible shot.
16:14.
This is Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that it shall be no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
So there's going to come a day where we're going to substitute the celebrating of getting delivered out of Egypt, all right, to this deliverance. Go ahead.
But the Most High liveth, that brought up the children out of Israel from the land of the north.
From the land of the north. The hindermost of the nations, according to Jeremiah 50. The daughter of Babylon. It mentions the land of the north first. So we're not saying that all of the Israelites that are in captivity are here in America.
Isaiah 11.
We're not saying that. What we're saying is that this is going to be that great deliverance. Why do you think it mentioned the land of the north first?
Right.
Where's the prophets being roused up at? Where's the hardcore oppression, the destroying of manhood, the destroying of family, the destroying of everything comes through this place, man.
Right.
So this push, the majority of the all of the tribes over here, and it's pushed. All right, it's pushed down the throats of all of the other nations, mainly you chicks, man.
Even the brothers in the other countries.
Right.
They'll say, hey, y'all brothers in America, man.
Yeah, it's a different hill.
Yeah, he be like, I'll never move there.
Right.
They say, hey, look, he said, they'll tell you, the curses are exaggerated there. They like, shit crazy. Like,
you go over to West Africa, you go over to South America. The women, the men don't have to deal, although they in hell, right? You know, it's poverty, but they don't have to deal with the women that we deal with here. They don't have to deal with the shit we deal with here. They do deal with shit. Wherever the so-called white man is, he's gonna be in hell. But this right here was a special. This was it. This is the place that's gonna be wiped off the map. Why would the Lord only destroy a few acres? And then it's just gonna be bats and wild beasts running around that little area. That's like my son in the backyard. The damn demons gonna be like, what? Damn, this is it. Go ahead. Read that about the land of the north.
But the Lord liveth.
That's it. Just run like a fish in a fish tank. The owls just go there and turn right back around.
What a ripoff.
Yeah, that's a ripoff.
I waited for this.
This is it. Beat wet and shit. Go ahead.
But the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them.
Why didn't he just say every land that he dispersed them to? He could have, but he's mentioned the land of the north first, man. It's the main area. This is all we're saying, man. I mean, you can sit up here and think of any technical argument, but it's the truth, man, the truth. You know?
I had a backup too.
Okay.
All right, Second Ezra 16:13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
Right.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the earth.
Well, ain't no missiles according to them. So what is that? Volcanoes?
Flying volcanoes.
Moab and them just, because the scriptures say all of the nations are surrounding this place, man.
And it just said that we're going to be delivered out of the land of the north. Right. But right here it says that the arrow's going to be shot to the ends of the earth.
Right.
So that connects with why we're going to be delivered from the land of the north. The damn missiles coming, man.
The hindermost.
The hindermost part of the nation.
That's it.
This is Micah 4:10. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies.
That's not talking about ancient Babylon, man. That's
talking about the Vatican.
You know, that's right. That's talking about America. You know, where Jacob's mainly oppressed at, man.
You know, we're find out that the Vatican had millions of Jakes underground
the whole time.
I know about that.
It's been working.
Yeah, it said how we would leave the city, we would leave Israel or Jerusalem, and then we'll dwell in the field. The field is the world, pursuing Matthew chapter 13, and then it said we go even unto Babylon, or the land of the north, or the end of the earth. You know, that, hey man, that just shows the power of the Lord, man. Because going back in the ancient world, we knew about this side of the world, but people didn't live here, man. So that's a future prophecy. You know?
Isaiah chapter 13, started verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land. Goes along with that to the other side. It's come from one side of the earth to the other, man.
Nah, it's flying lava.
Right.
You know?
Hey, and that it don't have to go from one side of the earth to the other if it's the Vatican, man. All right. Even if it come from Russia, it ain't got to come from one side of the earth to the other. But if it skips over the sea, then it's going to America. That's from one side of the earth to another. That's on the west side. You got the east side, like they call it the Middle East, the Eastern world. And then you got the Western world.
Right.
And where's the Western world? Issachar, Naphtali, Zebulun, Asher. You got Ephraim, Judah, Benjamin, you got all the tribes over here. All right, from Canada on the way down.
And they coming in large numbers, either for destruction or deliverance.
Exactly. And America's the midst of it. America's that big melting pot where everybody is.
Well, it said mingle people, matter of fact.
Yep.
Yeah. So everybody's in America. Everybody. Issachar, Naphtali, Zebulun, Simeon, everybody's in America. Judah, Benjamin, Levi. That's why you see the prophets and all these tribes are in the camps too. Yep. It started here. Before it reached down to the other tribes, it started all in America. Before it reached the UK, before it reached the Holland, before it reached China, before it reached Thailand, anywhere, hey, the prophets came up in America. Why? Because the prophets prophesied, like Jeremiah 28 tell you, they prophesied against great nations.
I'm saying then it's prophesied that the word was going to be preached throughout the four corners of the earth. Where did it start from?
Right. They're great nations.
Throughout the whole, I was going to say, it's the starting point is Europe, out through the whole earth, man. New York.
Yep. And now they great nation, like the scripture saying in Daniel 7, his look was more stout than his fellows, meaning great. So what do the prophets do? Prophesy great kingdoms. Yep. As a matter of fact, what are our brothers in the other nations doing? Yep. They're prophesying the downfall of America. Yep. That's right. From where they at, man.
Right. And like the brother said, they don't have no videos prophesying the downfall of the Vatican.
Right.
They don't have no. They cursing out America.
Niggas in America cursing out America's wickedness. You got faggots walking around here and all this shit. And you got great millstone. And then you talking about that, but what about the wickedness of the Vatican, man?
Nothing
Why y'all
on
ain't getting on that?
Right. Hey, talk about pedophilia.
Yeah.
You know,
They're big on that in the Vatican.
Yeah. But you know,
this is Jeremiah 50 and 33. I'm gonna read through 37. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast.
Right, and matter of fact, it said they was oppressed together, right? So not too long ago, about 3 weeks ago, with the apostles, we went to the Trail of Tears.
Right.
And come to find out, it was after the fact that we did it, but I was just doing some more research on it.
Yeah.
Come to find out, Judah was in the midst of the Trail of Tears. Yep. Judah was right along with Gad and Reuben. Reuben was in there too.
Yep.
So the northern tribes and everybody, as a matter of fact, even in Mexico and Brazil, you got the, they call them the Morenos. They got the Negro Mexicanos down there, man.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you got, hey, we all oppressed together, man.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's America, you know.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we came to America to be oppressed here, man.
Right.
Everybody's a nigga. If you on the 12 tribe sign, you a nigga in the eyes of Esau, man.
Yeah, because it's crazy. Because I was looking into Cartagena, Colombia, and, you know, and a lot of Jake got shipped down there in slavery. But that's where they freed us first at, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
in Cartagena, Colombia. But Esau, and he kept us here, man.
Right.
Yeah, where was the Vatican, man?
Yeah.
Was the Pope
Slave
over
ships,
there?
like, the slave ships didn't go to the Vatican.
Yep. It says, their Redeemer is strong. Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith the Lord, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses, and upon their chariots, and upon the mingled people that are in the midst of her. Where is that?
The melting pot, baby. America.
The many waters.
Yep. The mingled people. So what you saying? We gonna be sitting here in America watching the Vatican get destroyed, man?
Right.
Yeah. Is that what you're saying? We gonna be on the TV? God damn, the Lord's fucking up the Vatican.
And then all the world, all the nations are gonna howl and see the smoke burning from the Vatican.
Yeah. Ain't no Jake in Vatican City prophesying, but we just watching it get hit by missiles. 109, a whole 109 acres.
Right.
What's that scripture that named the amount of missiles? 200,000.
Revelation 9.
Revelation 9?
Yeah.
So it takes that many missiles to knock down 109 acres? You know, like that's like that doesn't even make sense, man. Mathematically.
20 million, man.
Yeah. That's true and so.
Yeah, it's like, you know, going through it, you know.
Like Mr. Whooping the blind.
Hey, we played against some deaf kids when I was in high school. It's like, damn, they was, you know, fucked up. This is what this is like.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It's 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 41 to 43. Fire and hail and flying swords.
Yep.
And many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood, and grass of the meadows, and their corn. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon, and make her afraid.
Yeah. Hey, that's it.
It's Isaiah chapter 13. I'm gonna start at verse. 13. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chased road, and as the sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone to his own land.
Yeah. Hey, man, it ain't gonna be a race war in the Vatican. I mean, you know, all hell gonna break loose all over the planet, but that's mainly gonna happen here. And bro was speaking about how America is the virgin daughter of Babylon. They brought it out in that show, The Punisher. I was watching it earlier, and basically it was a group of men. I want to say they were vets. I wouldn't say they were veterans, but they were saying the next war is gonna be fought here. And basically they was like the American government ain't did shit for them, and they was like, when that time comes, we got to, you know, basically defend ourselves. You know, they was like, fuck this country. The next war gonna be here. So hey man, this that place. You got it.
All the nations ain't in the Vatican, man. Right. There should not be sedition amongst men in the Vatican, all right? Against what? The fucking Pope? There ain't no military there, man. It ain't nothing. Checkpoints in the Vatican.
It's just a place of freakism. You know, different gods. That's high sexual magic and energy. You know, it's a hub of witches, man.
Yeah.
They got their priests. You know, they have their different priests in this whole setup. Like Babylon, America's a big church to Satan.
Yep.
Hollywood is a church to Satan. You know, the Vatican is just a big part of the wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The bottom line.
Yep. Establishing that one world religion.
Right.
That's where those warlocks at, man. That's the haven for their warlocks.
Right.
So yeah, you got the scriptures telling you that in Babylon, in 2nd Ezra chapter, I believe it's 16, where it tells you that children shall be kidnapped, man.
Right.
Held for ransom.
Right.
Where is that gonna be in the Vatican, man? That ain't gonna be going down in the Vatican, man. You know,
they rape children and do all of that wickedness over there.
Yeah.
All right. But this is the place, man.
Are
Yes,
they
wickedness
starving?
wickedness goes on. It ain't like we saying that the Vatican is just excluded. Right. But that's not the great city, man. Right. That's not the spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Man.
They just part of the empire, man.
Right.
They part of the Babylonian, or pretty much as you can say, the Roman Empire.
Right.
Yeah. Bro, speaking about the pantheon, which is all gods or many gods. You know, you'll see the popes going to different countries, and they even got commercials. Basically, you know, he holding a cross in his hand, he got a crescent moon, and he'll have like that Hindu symbol, basically showing how they gonna make everything one, man. You know, that's all they doing, man.
They're just doing what Nimrod did. You know? Same thing, you know. And that was Babylon as well. And you had the Neo-Babylonian Empire ran through Nebuchadnezzar and the Chaldeans and all of that. This is the daughter of Babylon.
Ancient Babylon, our people was being oppressed, man, and we're being oppressed here in America.
Yeah. But you said ancient Babylon, Judah, or excuse me, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Right. But the brother read the scripture. In the new Babylon, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
Ooh.
So there has to be a new Babylon with all the tribes there, man.
Hey, can I get Romans 15 and 4 real quick? Probably shop for somebody. Book of Romans chapter. Okay, this is Romans chapter 15 verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. These things were written for our learning, man. All these accounts, all this history, you know, all these laws, statutes, and commandments, they was written for our learning. Go ahead.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Read it again.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Comfort of the scriptures that we might have hope to use today. We reading these accounts and we reading this history. We reading all these things so it can benefit us today. What are you reading them for?
Be right.
You know what I'm saying? These things were put in here. These things were put in here for us to pretty much to give us the guidelines to salvation in the last days, in those times. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's coming up against this doctrine want to stay here. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that y'all failing to realize, the Lord promised that He was gonna deliver His people, man. He was gonna deliver a small group of people, man, that was gonna benefit the whole world.
That's right.
That's not what you preaching. It ain't nothing for us to talk about. We're not going to debate about that. The Lord said He was going to deliver the Israelites from Babylon, man. He was going to send His Son to do it.
And from all of the other places.
That's what I'm saying. And we believe that, man. You know?
And you done talked enough shit and spreading enough false doctrine. Now you got what you wanted.
Now you got what you wanted. Right.
You got Apostle Gabar. You put a video out on it.
Right.
You got different brothers. Hey, we done hit on the topic, man.
Right.
We done hit on the topic of Esau gonna be destroyed in the kingdom of heaven. Forever.
Yeah.
All right. We got on the topic now that America is about to be back. Now you about to get your judgment, man.
Yeah.
You're sitting around talking shit.
That's coming next.
You know.
That's why this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's judgment time, man. Yeah. Plant some goddamn money.
Yep.
Y'all got anything?
Yeah, we got it. Hey, now y'all was already holding that.
Isaiah 48 and 20. Go ye forth of Babylon, flee ye from the Chaldeans. Yeah, go ye forth of Babylon. You know, like the Lord said in Revelation, come out of her, my people. You know, but now we're coming out spiritually. But then that physical deliverance is gonna come, which that's what Revelation 18 goes into. You know, come out of her, my people. But same thing, man. Right here. With a voice of singing, declare ye. Tell this, that new song. You know? Go ahead.
Tell this, utter it even to the end of the earth.
That's why you see this word going out, man, throughout all nations, man. That's how we know the end is about to come. Right. Go ahead.
Say ye, the Lord have redeemed his servant Jacob.
Yep.
All right. Going back, man. 2nd Ezra 15, and I started 46. And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her persons.
And you got China. There's fucking $502 billion worth of exports to America.
That's right. That's it, man.
That's the #1 nation. Made in China, like the brother Yadzak got into earlier. The American flag actually has made in China on that hoe. So it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like what is this?
Yeah, but you proud.
Yeah. But you proud. Everything you eat here ain't even original. You ain't got no American made besides what? Black
Subway.
Angus steak.
Fucking Subway.
Yeah, Subway.
Esau wickedness
Even that's
ain't
Italian.
even original. He got all this. He got all this wickedness from other nations.
Yeah.
His wickedness ain't even.
It ain't even
original.
real. That's that
You know what I'm
Canaanite
saying?
shit.
I would say the only thing Esau was first that was lying and murder.
Yeah.
Murder and lying. You know what I'm saying? He the father of lies. You know what I'm saying? He was the first murderer. The first murderer. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Everything else, he took it by lying and murder. You know what I'm saying? He took everybody else's wickedness by lying and murder, man.
And it makes sense that Esau is the daughter of Babylon. Because even when you go through the history of the scriptures, this goddamn Edomite, the nation of Edom, they always had pacts with the nation of Ham.
Hey, can we get we can get Romans 9?
I got one more verse.
Yeah, we can get into Romans 9 because Romans 9 revealed Esau as the new Pharaoh, man.
Right, bro.
Right.
Yeah, he won't let the people go. You know? Even you got Edomites now making videos on YouTube, hey, let them go.
Yeah.
But they did the same thing to Pharaoh. You see Pharaoh advisors admit, hey, let him go, man. But the Lord was hard in his heart. And he's doing the same shit here. All them plagues that came in Egypt, it's gonna come on America. But also the plagues of Sodom and Gomorrah gonna come on America. The plagues of Assyria gonna come on America. The plagues of Babylon gonna come on America. That's why this gonna be like the greatest destruction and the most fearful time ever in the history of the earth. Because the Lord is about to show a magnitude of power that the earth has not seen. Even in the time of, hey man, you should fear that, man. But these guys, you fucking playing around because you teaching in bitterness. But hey, let's not forget that in the time of Egypt, the Lord killed off all the firstborn sons, man, of the whole nation. And he's about to do worse here. There's no telling what we about to see. Think about this shit if everybody wakes up and all their children dead, man. And it's like, whoa. And we look at our children or whatever a brother may have, or your woman or whatever, and you're like, they still alive. You look at everybody else's household, Esau crying, being a hoe, he don't know what to do. And you like, damn. And you looking at all these jakes who are being wicked, and like trying to find element along with these other fallouts. You might look at them and feel bad for them guys, man. Like, God damn, the Lord slaughtered his whole family. Yeah, you'll be scared for him. You'll be scared for yourself. You're like, man, God, Lord.
No judgment, man.
Like,
You read Amos 5 and 18 on down about one thing after another. A bear met him, he escaped the bear. Escaped the lion, went on the wall. This shirt got ripped on the nails, and the snake almost got him. The Lord gonna set people in a terror situation where he's gonna mock them and continuously mock them, like it says in Proverbs 1 chapter. This is right.
Yeah, some of these guys,
mock them, set them in horrible situations.
some of these guys, we're gonna be looking at them and we're gonna be like, man, I know that Jake was being wicked, but God,
And it's gonna enhance your fear, man. You know what I'm saying? What's it's the perfect thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. You know? I mean, I'm talking about we doing our best to be obedient to the Heavenly Father, man, and still got a hope and fear, you know. So to be rebellious, you know what I'm saying, you're shortening your chances big time, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You still have someone you can read that?
Yeah, I just got one more verse. All right, 2nd Ezra 15 and 47. It says, "Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her." This is talking about Asia making herself like unto Babylon. Now let's just put everything in the proper context into who influences who today. Okay, it says, "And has decked thy daughters in whoredoms, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. So the point is, Asia has likened her daughters and her cities like unto Babylon. Right. So let's put that in the context of today. Does Asia, China liken herself into the Vatican? Do you see Chinese people walking around with a Dagon head on their head? These people walking around with a damn Catholic robe on, man?
They're not even into Catholicism.
They're not even into, that's the main point. They're not even into Catholicism. But little Shanghai has blonde hair. She got blue fucking contacts. They got a KFC in China. All right, so who was that talking about, man? So yeah, you got a McDonald's in China.
Starbucks and shit.
A Starbucks in China. Who was that talking about? Yeah. It's not the, once again, proven through the scriptures, it's not the Vatican.
Independent women.
Independent westernization. Is it in Japan?
Yeah.
It's
homosexuals and transgenders.
Their death rate is higher than their birth rate. The women ain't even fucking no more. They're not getting married. They're not having family structures. So the men are watching porn and fucking robots, and the women are what? Getting jobs and careers. Where did they get that from? Did they get it from the Vatican or America?
They don't ride bikes no more. They all drive.
They all driving and shit. Hey man, if you don't see it, because your ass don't want to see it, man. Yeah. You're blinded by a demon, man.
So you look up the dress code for the Vatican, they wear plastic coats.
Yeah.
So over there in Asia, they attribute to the ways of America. They wear suit and ties.
Right.
Matter of fact, the Asians that come over here, if you even check the statistics, man, they high up there. They damn near got higher pay than Esau by statistics, man. Yep. They got high pay, man. And when you check them, you see them, hey, they have it. They have this world's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, they ain't go to the Vatican to get this world's good. Vatican only importing out. They only buying 30.5 million worth of stuff. So LeBron buying more shit than that. Yep. LeBron and Floyd Mayweather. Yep. So Jay-Z buying more shit than that. So I mean, well, how is that helping anybody? These merchants are worth way more than LeBron and all of that. So come on, man. And that's a slave. LeBron, that's a slave in America. Which that's also proof that this is Babylon. The slave, the Israelite slave is worth more than what the Vatican is importing in, man. The Israelite slave worth hundreds of millions. Man. All right?
Yep. Psalms 137, starting verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. Right. O daughter of Babylon. Start back at 8 again from the beginning. Yep. O daughter of Babylon, a.k.a. Edom, a.k.a. Esau.
Somebody got Romans 9.
He called Edom the daughter of Babylon, man.
Let's go to the Jacob and Esau, how it zip right into referring to the Pharaoh.
O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed.
I was saying the daughter, man. That's what I'm saying. The daughter come from the parent. It was the Babylon that was destroyed by the Persians and the Medes.
And then art is future tense.
Yeah.
Who art to be destroyed.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashed thy little ones against the stone.
Yeah, man. I would say going in the recompense, man. What's that? Second Thessalonians, where it talk about it's a righteous thing for the to the Most High for men to pay back those that trouble them, man. It's going back to this type of behavior, man.
Now let me say, if you got Esau being called the daughter of Babylon, then you got Esau being the end of the world. Okay. But then he's the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning. America would have to be Babylon. Because who was Esau? Now is Esau somebody else now? Because if you're going to say that, you're trying to really twist it up.
Give him another week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Esau going to be the Arabs soon.
Yeah, give him another week. Shit. Esau going to be the Mexicans.
And it just so happens, the place that's going to get destroyed is literally at the end of the earth.
Right.
The Vatican is not at the end of the earth. You know?
Now when it said, as I have served us, when you go to Revelation 18, it said, give unto them double.
Yep.
It connects. Precept upon precept. Line upon line, here a little, there a little. Can't get around.
Precepts don't cut each other, man.
Right. Can be broken.
I would say, if you read one precept and then you read another precept and it seemed like it cut that one, that's what I'm saying. It's you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's you. It ain't the scriptures. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Something wrong with you.
Romans 9.
Romans chapter 9, verse 13, and I'm going to jump to verse 17. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Verse 17, for the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up.
That's what I'm saying, and it went through the history. When you read the whole chapter, it go into the history of Jacob and Esau, and then it go right into Esau being compared to Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? Meaning it was a future tense. Go ahead.
That I might show my power in thee.
What did he say about Pharaoh? I've showed my power through Pharaoh so I can show, I put the spirit on Pharaoh so I can show my power against him. And for the same reason, I raised up Esau. That's what we read. That's what we read in Romans 9. He said, I'm doing the same thing with Esau that I did in Pharaoh. Yep. Up until this point in history, our biggest deliverance came from Egypt. Ain't this spiritual? Is this still spiritually Egypt? You know what I'm saying?
And this is where the bulk of us at.
Is the Vatican spiritually Egypt?
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? Did our bodies lie dead in the street in the Vatican? Go ahead. Let's go ahead and finish that up.
That I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
That's what I'm saying. I made my name declared against Pharaoh back then, and I'm going to do it now. You see, all these different things that we've been reading and going into is for us to be able to apply it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, it's all about that power, man. It's all about that power. You know, so America being destroyed and their great deliverance, that's going to surpass what the Lord did to ancient Egypt. Yep. You know, and what he did to these other kingdoms too. You know?
That's what I'm saying. The Lord told the disciples that they was going to do greater works than him. We need greater works than what he did 2,000 years ago now. That's why he said it. You know? Come on, man.
Last scripture, right?
Baruch
chapter 4, verse 32. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons.
That's not the Vatican. Go ahead.
It says she.
That's not the Vatican.
Who's the she? The daughter of Babylon.
The
whore.
the
great whore.
The whore that brings in all that money.
Yeah. And where did it say your sons would go to in Deuteronomy 28?
Hey, America ain't the bottom bitch. America is the top hoe that's bringing back that money, man.
America's picky, goddamn.
Those who love America.
Like him.
Go ahead.
For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation.
Yep.
For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning.
That's what I'm saying. You're giving the Vatican too much credit. You're giving the Vatican too much credit, man. That's what I'm saying. This is a bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? The Vatican, I would say the Vatican could easily, the Vatican don't have the splendor of America. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For a fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. That ain't prophesied to happen to the Vatican. You know what I'm saying? So,
if I can say this, brother, they said that great multitude, right? America has what, 400 million people in it. Yep. How many people does the Vatican have? Yeah. So you mean to tell me they're gonna skip over America's great multitude and refer to the Vatican's multitude, man?
Man, that shit's stupid.
Stupid, man.
Yep, low level,
finished.
childish, and we ain't do this for you, man. You know,
this for the edification of the elect.
You know, that's what this is all about.
Right. So, hey, hopefully y'all edified. Hey, fried chicken, Hennessy, and wickedness. No, it's a horrible mix.
That's right.
You guys need to chill out. We're coming up with those stupid, tacky left field breakdowns. But hey, you're not going to stop. So, with the Spirit, this is our job. That's your job. So with that, we'll give all praise to Yahweh.
Yo, Bashim, yo, shot.
Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey.